Have you ever stopped to think that maybe the biggest threat to your mental health is you and Tay out there, but hidden in your daily routine? So often we focus on external factors like work stress, toxic relationships, or even financial struggles. But we completely ignore the small habits we repeat every day that silently erode our inner peace, drain our energy, and cloud our mental clarity. In this video, we're going to talk about the 3 most toxic habits for your mental health. And let me tell you, it is not just about quitting what hurts you. It is about understanding the deep impact that small choices have on your emotional and psychological well-being. So, stick with me until the end, because this video might be the first step to completely transforming the way you take care of your mind. The first toxic habit that damages your mental health might seem harmless, but it's a true thief of peace. Excessive social media use. It's easy to fall into the trap of just checking something, and before you know it, an hour has passed. This behavior fragments your attention, fuels unhealthy comparisons, and traps you in a cycle of dissatisfaction. Seeing the highlight reels of others' lives, carefully edited, filtered, and curated to look perfect, makes your own life seem dull, even when it's not. This leads to anxiety, frustration, and even depressive symptoms. Worse yet, your brain starts craving constant external validation in the form of likes, comments, and followers. The result? An overstimulated mind, unable to focus, and a fragile sense of identity. If you want to protect your mental health, start limiting screen time. Set specific times to access social media and use apps that block overuse. It may seem simple, but the first toxic habit that damages your mental health might seem harmless, but it's a true thief of peace. Excessive social media use. It's easy to fall into the trap of just checking something, and before you know it, an hour has passed. This behavior fragments your attention, fuels unhealthy comparisons, and traps you in a cycle of dissatisfaction. Seeing the highlight reels of others' lives, carefully edited, filtered, and curated to look perfect, makes your own life seem dull, even when it's not. This leads to anxiety, frustration, and even depressive symptoms. Worse yet, your brain starts craving constant external validation in the form of likes, comments, and followers. The result? An overstimulated mind, unable to focus, and a fragile sense of identity. If you want to protect your mental health, start limiting screen time. Set specific times to access social media and use apps that block overuse. It may seem simple, but it can completely shift how you feel and how you view your life. Now let's talk about the second habit, one of the most common and also most overlooked. Saying yes when you really want to say no. This behavior is deeply tied to a need for approval and fear of rejection. From a young age, we're taught to please, not to confront, to maintain harmony, even if it means ignoring our own feelings. And in adulthood, this becomes dangerous. Every time you agree to do something that goes against your energy or values, you're sending your brain a message: my needs don't matter. Over time, this leads to resentment, emotional exhaustion, and a deep disconnection from your true self. You start living everyone else's life, forgetting your own. And it gets worse. This lack of authenticity poisons your relationships, making them shallow or even toxic. Relearning how to say no is an act of self-care and emotional maturity. Start with small situations and notice how your energy shifts. When you respect yourself, your mind becomes stronger. And now we reach the third habit, possibly the most neglected one of all. Normalizing sleep deprivation. We live in a culture that worships productivity above all. Sleeping has become a symbol of laziness, and being constantly busy is worn like a badge of honor. But what few people understand or choose to ignore is that sleep is the foundation of mental health. During deep sleep, your brain processes emotions, organizes memories, regulates hormones, and restores the chemical balance that keeps your mood stable. When you sleep poorly or not enough, you're not just tired, you're emotionally vulnerable, more prone to anxiety, irritability, brain fog, and even depression. And the scariest part? You begin to think that this exhausted state is normal. It's not. Getting quality sleep must become a priority. That means creating a bedtime routine, shutting off screens before bed, avoiding caffeine at night, and treating sleep as sacred. Sleeping well is one of the most powerful, and most neglected forms of self-care. These 3 habits, too much social media, saying yes when you want to say no, and poor sleep may seem like normal parts of modern life, but they carry a massive psychological cost. What's even more alarming is how many people think they're managing their lives, when in reality, they're running on autopilot, emotionally drained and mentally overwhelmed. The path to a healthy mind doesn't require extreme change, but conscious, daily choices. Cutting back on screen time, learning to set boundaries, and prioritizing sleep are simple yet incredibly powerful actions. They bring clarity, strengthen your self-esteem, and reconnect you with your truth. You don't have to keep living in a loop of stress and overload. There's a lighter, more conscious, and balanced way to live. And it all starts with how you care for your mind today. Now I want to hear from you. Which of these toxic habits is part of your daily life? And which one will you start changing today? Drop it in the comments below. I read everything and respond whenever I can. And if this video helped you see something you hadn't noticed before, help it reach more people. Hit that like button, share it with someone you care about, and subscribe to the channel. Every week I bring content like this to help you strengthen your mental health, regain your peace, and live with more purpose. Remember, your mind is your most important home. Treat it with love. And I'll see you in the next video. 4